Have you ever wondered why trillion-dollar banks and credit card companies are so desperate to give you free flights, cashback, and luxury hotel rewards? Are they just incredibly generous? Are they doing charity work? Absolutely not. In reality, this is the most brilliantly designed trap in human history. Today, the average American is drowning in debt. In fact, total U.S. credit card debt has officially crossed a staggering $1.1 trillion. In this video, we are exposing the silent trap banks use to steal billions of dollars from hardworking Americans every single year, and how they use basic psychology to do it. The trap begins with a very innocent-looking phrase on your monthly statement: minimum payment due. Let's say you have a credit card balance of $5,000, but right next to it, the bank conveniently tells you, hey, you only need to pay $100 today. The average person thinks, wow, this is great. I'll pay the $100 and deal with the other $4,900 later. They think they've gamed the system, but this is exactly where the trap snaps shut. The moment you pay only the minimum, the bank begins charging a brutal interest rate, often between 25% and 30% on the remaining balance. This is some of the most expensive debt on the planet. If you only pay the minimum on a $5,000 balance, it will take you over 20 years to pay it off completely. By the time you're done, you will have paid the bank over $10,000 just in interest. That interest is how banks build those massive skyscrapers. Have you ever noticed that handing over a physical $100 bill feels slightly uncomfortable? Psychologists call this the pain of paying. When we spend physical cash, our brain registers it similarly to actual physical pain. Cash forces us to feel the loss of our hard-earned money, which naturally stops us from overspending. But when you swipe a piece of plastic or tap your phone, that pain mechanism is completely bypassed. Your brain doesn't register that you've actually lost anything. Banks understand this human flaw perfectly. Studies show that people spend 12% to 18% more when using credit cards compared to cash. Credit cards trick your brain into spending money you don't even have, on things you don't even need. And then, there's the holy grail of American personal finance, the FICO credit score. From the time you turn 18, you are told that if you don't have a perfect credit score, you can't buy a house, rent an apartment, buy a car, or sometimes even get a job. And what is the primary way they tell you to build this score? Get a credit card and borrow money. But let's look at the truth. A credit score doesn't measure how much money you have saved, your net worth, or how successful you are. It literally just measures how good you are at borrowing money and paying interest to banks. It is a rating system designed by lenders, for lenders, to keep you on a financial hamster wheel. The system is rigged to ensure you stay a customer of the banks for the rest of your life. So, how do you break free from this system? One of the most effective strategies is popularized by finance expert Dave Ramsey, called the debt snowball method. You list all your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rates. Throw every extra dollar you have at the smallest debt until it's gone. Then, take everything you were paying on that one and roll it into the next smallest. This creates massive psychological momentum, helping you wipe out your debt faster than you think. The second step is the hardest, but the most liberating. Destroy your credit cards. Switch to using cash or a debit card. When you only spend the money that is actually sitting in your bank account, it is mathematically impossible to go into debt. Stop building the bank's fortunes and start building your own. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button and subscribe for more honest financial truths. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Stay smart, stay debt-free, and I'll see you in the next video.